everyone, in this video I'll be talking about how the evolution of combat has affected some of the minigames in RS. If you look at the top part of my friends list in each clip, you'll see that I am on the correct world for each of the minigames I'll be presenting. The first minigame is Soul Wars. Soul Wars has always been popular because playing it grants you zeal, which can be spent to buy a lot of different things such as combat XP and Slayer pets. When I went to World 79, which is one of the two Soul Wars worlds, there were very few people there and only about 80 players in total were playing the game, whereas before the EoC there was always close to 700 per game. Next up is Castle Wars. Now recently Castle Wars has received a major rework by Jagex, so there are far more people playing it now than there were before this update. However, there still used to be many more people here before EoC was released. As you can see, there are still several people who AFK games rather than actually play them, and they just sit by and let people take the flag. Before EoC, a team in Castle Wars never beat another team this badly. Barrages no longer make much of a difference in this minigame because of how weak Ice Barrage is in EoC than it was in the old combat system. Before the EoC, Mobilizing Armies was always very popular amongst PKers because they would play it to get imbued Berserker rings. However, nowadays almost no one PKs in EoC, so there's no reason to play Mobilizing Armies for imbued Berserker rings. And besides, Berserker rings aren't even that powerful anymore since they're basically just hybrid rings. Here's a huge change. Before EoC, World 6, the Barbarian Assault world, was almost always full because people would play to get fighter torsos for PKing. But now, fighter torsos suck, and plus no one PKs, so no one plays Barbarian Assault. As you can see here, just 4 people are playing the game. Although it's technically a skill and not a minigame, I decided to include Dungeoneering in this video. There is literally no one who is trying to Dungeoneer on this Dungeoneering world. I'm not really sure why, since chaotics are still useful even in EoC, but I'm guessing that the reason why is because most people use Dragor weapons now instead. Now let's move on to some free-to-play minigames. Clan Wars has always been very popular amongst players, but ever since EoC was released, very few people play it. Although it may look like a lot of people are playing it in this clip, this is only a fraction of the number of people who used to play it. And plus, if you notice, there's no one advertising any teams in the lobby, and no one is offering to borrow or lend certain weapons like there used to be. Let's look at Clan Wars and free-to-play now. As you can see, there are many more people here. There are even people advertising teams and actually interacting with each other here. Overall, the number of people who play Clan Wars and free-to-play far outnumber the people who played on the members world. Now the minigame that was harmed the most by EoC's release is definitely Fist of Guthix. As you can clearly see here, I'm on World 92, the members Fist of Guthix world, and I'm literally the only person here. No other person is here besides me. Now let's see if free-to-play is any different. There are actually people playing Fist of Guthix in free-to-play, although the number of people playing it is far fewer than it once was. Before the EoC was released, Fist of Guthix was very popular amongst players who wanted to play it as a free and fun way to train magic. However, in EoC, you get no XP at all for participating in PvP combat, which makes this minigame completely impossible to train magic. Since you can't get any magic XP for playing this minigame anymore, there is a much smaller incentive to even consider playing it. Also, hybrid gloves are obtained by playing this minigame, and it's clearly no longer possible to obtain them legitimately by playing and winning Fist of Guthix games, since no one on the members world even plays the game. What shocked me most about this is that, although a very large quantity of players in the game is made up of free-to-play players, Jagex almost completely neglects the free-to-play community. More than half of the abilities in the ability book are restricted to members only, and free-to-play players are only able to access one of the 5 action bars. In conclusion, the evolution of combat has deterred thousands of players from playing all of the game's combat minigames because they are simply just no longer fun to play. Not only that, but Jagex almost completely neglects the free-to-play community, which is ironic considering the fact that they are the only ones who even play the minigames that can almost officially be considered dead content. Thank you for watching, and please comment your thoughts and subscribe to this channel for future content.